All right, we are recording for the ninth episode of the Tulpa Summoning Podcast. Today, I have Michelle. Um, I have some great news. We're gonna have some fun with this episode. I recently released a product inspired by Michelle's intuitive reading, and it's called the more pizza you eat, uh the more pizza and burgers you eat, the more lean and healthy you become. And this subliminal is designed to, to help you become more lean and healthy by eating more pizza and burgers. Now, I don't usually recommend this. I'm a certified self-sabotage coach. This goes against all my readings, but thanks to Michelle's intuitive reading and kind of like my magical upbringing and my creativity, um I found a way to sort of bypass this, so to speak, because there exists a pattern in hypnosis that is really the basis of uh bringing people into trance, and it uses Talmage's formula for creating subliminals, which can produce phenomenal results. I use the formula to heal myself from asthma. Not cure myself. I can't legally say that, but I use the formula for all my subliminals, and the pattern is the more you do something, the more this will happen. And it's literally in the language of my subliminal. And this came up through Michelle's intuitive reading that you don't have to uh Michelle, you kind of want to take it from here on the whole this idea that food, uh uh, we're by our beliefs, we're kind of like programming like the food we eat to express it, express itself, or the energy that we put into our beliefs surrounding certain things that we're creating the outcome.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So there is only one energy. This is my understanding. There is only one energy. There is not, from our perspective, we create duality so that we can experience it, so that we can have contrast, so that we can have flavor, so that we can have just a more of a human experience. We separate ourselves from that one energy, and then we put a whole lot of tons of rules on how we are going to experience it, and we create cause and effect. So we say, okay, I'm going to create this experience. This is my rules within this experience. When I break the rules, this is going to be what's going to happen. All right. But when we do things like that, we just separate ourselves from the one energy that we are. There is not a good energy and a bad energy. There is only energy. And then we label that energy and we interact with that energy and we give that energy rules. And we say, okay, if I interact with you, you need to treat me like this. And this is the consequence of our interaction. Um, when we do anything, we have subconscious beliefs attached to something, whether it is interacting with people, whether it's interacting with things, whether it is interacting with food or health or whatever it is, there is only one energy. And that energy is like the easiest thing that I can think of, it's like a big piece of clay. And we make something out of that clay. And as soon as we finish playing with that clay, we just put it all together again. There is only one piece of clay, there is only one energy. So, behind the intuitive reading that I shared with you, um, it's very clear that you were punishing yourself for eating the things that you enjoy doing. I mean, why would you put things here in your creation that you really enjoy, but punish yourself every single time you participate in it, whether you eat it or whatever it is? It's because you have such a deep rooted belief that when you eat something that is quoted bad for you, something bad will happen. Like you'll put on weight, you'll get sick, you'll get whatever it is. But the thing is, you can twist that around because there's only one energy and you tell it how you want it to interact with you. If you didn't do that, you would say that the energies outside of you, everything outside of you has power over you. And you will feel a certain way if you interact with something. Because of something, you feel this way. Because of this, like I can only be happy if I have a significant other. I can only be happy if I have money in my bank account. But the thing is, and you give that other power over how you should feel, over who you should be. So, with that reading that I gave you and the information, is that you are the power. You interact with the world and you tell the world how you want to interact with it. Now, if you don't believe it, if you still say, well, I'm going to try this out, I am going to eat as many pizzas and hamburgers and whatever, but in the back of your head, you keep telling people this is bad. I'm eating some naughty food or whatever. You should also be careful how you talk to other people, how you talk to yourself, how you think and feel, because if you don't fully believe it, then it's going to react the way that you expect it to. Like, I'm eating this bad food's going to happen to me, but I'm going to try this experience. I'm going to try it out. I'm going to prove it wrong or right or whatever. Whatever you go into this experience with, that is what is going to happen. So I think your subliminal is really amazing. It will help people. And you don't necessarily, I mean, if you don't like hamburgers or pizzas, but you like cake, you like milkshake, you like something else, then include that into your experience. But it's more like, how do you feel when you are eating this? Are you eating it and thinking, oh, this is good, but it's bad for me? That is what your experience is going to be. But if you eat it and you just see it as pure energy, because it's a reflection of who you are. Everything outside of you, all your experiences is a reflection of you. So if you are going to see it as a pure energy for you to have an experience and it's just energy, then it is going to be an absolutely beautiful experience for you.
It's funny you should bring up the milkshake because I have like milkshakes like every week, and I'm like, I should do this for milkshakes and,
Oh.
and French fries and stuff. But
Mm.
uh, but going back to the when you went over my reading of like cause and effect, um. Like I think even on that level, on the hypnosis level, like you know, consciously, I like the more I listen to my MP3, the more I'm like, I when you do intuitive readings on me, you sometimes say I like you're like battling with this like sort of cause and effect, and in a way I kind of am because I'm like because like my subconscious is like the more he's eating pizza, the more lean and healthy he is, and I think like on a subconscious level, my subconscious is like, okay, let's just go to the gym. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And I've been finding myself like, feeling certain ways where I'm like, I even like on the base cause and effect level, which it's kind of like I'm kind of like reversing right now. Like I'm like trying to I'm working on reversing the energy because what you're saying is true. Is
Yeah.
is that take back this power that the world you know has over you, and then uh but going back to this hypnosis script is that the there even at like the hypnosis level of programming the subconscious mind for even just deep, even just leading a person into hypnosis where we have like the more you relax and listen to my voice, the more deeper into hypnosis you will go. And that's a hypnosis pattern. And people get led into hypnosis that way.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, and then I was like, this makes sense. Like I could actually build this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
and then I'm like, well, if you could lead a person into hypnosis doing that, then I could do it with like food. The idea that because the subconscious mind is extremely powerful, like
Mm.
ridiculously powerful. Like I'm not even like scratching the surface.
Mm.
Like
Mm.
for like from my point of view. Eh, but but I'm working on getting there. And I think it really comes with this like reversal that we are the ones that give power to all these things outside of ourselves. Uh, it, it, your 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 hypnosis, you're training hypnosis on a quantum healing level under Talmage as well. What do you think about it from like the sort of subconscious level, or you know what I mean, or from your training?
Um, well, okay, let me explain it in this way. So my understanding is we have the conscious,
Yeah,
and that our conscious is asleep most of the time, actually. Sometimes you start the week off, and before you know it, it's the end of the week, and you don't really know what you did. It's a conscious mind kind of just follows the pattern of things that we've put up long time ago. um it just follows the beliefs that we have, and it's like a cycle. It just does the same thing over and over and over again, but most of the time it is shut off. Now the power is, yes, our subconscious, but it's when the subconscious, the conscious, and the superconscious marries together, and it becomes one mind. Like I said before, energy is not separate. So what we do is we separate ourselves when we say, okay, the conscious mind, the subconscious mind, the superconscious mind, the higher self, and all these type of things, they all far away from us. But it's all just one. And when we can marry that one, when we can become one with your mind, with your consciousness, that is when the magic starts. And that's what happens in the hypnosis. It's like trying to get you to be super conscious and to get it all together, but it's just a tool. So it's trying to get you, even though when you're not in hypnosis, to be conscious and to use your power together, and not just say, oh well, my subconscious is programmed and I don't have control over it. And that is not taking responsibility for your power. That is separating yourselves. You are your subconscious, you are your conscious, you are your super conscious, your higher self, and all these things. You are all of them. It's just bringing them together. Hypnosis does help with that, but it's just a tool, and it's to give you that tool so that you can, in your waking life, be more awake, be more conscious, so that when you are eating a hamburger or a pizza, you enjoy the experience that you have created instead of it's happening to you. You are the one making it happen. So to basically answer your question, with the hypnosis, it's just helping you to create consciously, to constantly remind you you are that one power, and to bring that oneness together so that it works with you, because of you,
Yeah.
not to you. So it's just making you more aware.
Michelle, you also mentioned in your reading a couple of readings back from me when I initially came up with this whole the more pizza you eat, the more burgers you eat, subliminal idea that um this reality is like not real. And then I'm like, yeah, yeah. I mean, like, even at a quantum like level, that I was thinking about it. I was like, okay, the atoms, you know what I mean? They say that that 99% of that atom is basically just emptiness, like
Mm,
on a quantum level. Uh, but when we look at it, but we have to observe it under a microscope. And so, you were talking about like the carrot. You don't have to just eat like the bland carrot. I mean, I could do this. I could do this for all my food. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah. I think I once had a training where when people bless their food, you basically bless. When you say bless, it is you become consciously aware of it and you become one of it. And it's like when you become aware of something, even like just drinking water or eating whatever it is, you bless it by becoming one with its purity. When you realize that there's only one energy, and that energy is just pure love and light, and you see the food as that, or your water, or the person, or the situation that you're interacting with, you see it as pure love and light. It's just an extension of you, and you are pure love and light. And you are creating this from your energy, from your one energy of pure love and light. So when you bless the food, when you look at it and you just say, you remind yourself, this is pure love and light I'm partaking. It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter what form it is. It doesn't matter what you are eating, whether you are eating a carrot, whether you are eating a pizza slice or whatever it is. It doesn't matter what it is. It's when you look at it and you don't separate yourself from it and say, you have a lot of calories, you're fattening, you this, you that, but you just look at it and you're like, just see it as the pure light and love energy that it is, and it's going to give you an experience, and you're just going to enjoy the experience that you give yourself. Then you become one with it, and that will help you. The trick that we want to get to, the end process that we want to get to, is become conscious. Because we have been playing this game of life so long, and we've got like a whole community of rules, like everybody believes in it. I mean, you go to any professional trainer, personal trainer out there, and they'll say, oh, don't eat chocolates and all these things. I mean, moderately, like maybe this little bit every now and then, it's okay, but don't go and eat no, this is rubbish. All right, it's because it's it's the outside in. It's like saying the world is happening to you, and that means the world has power over you. So, what we are trying to do through this method is making you aware that there's only one energy, and that's you. That's the only energy there is. There's only one. And you're putting that energy out there to create your reality, and then you're interacting with it. So you have the power to say how you want to interact with everything. You can go and say, okay, I want you to be good, you to be bad, you to be this, you to be that, and it will interact with you like that. But you need to become like one with your conscious mind, your subconscious, your superconscious, everything that makes you aware, makes you who you are. Bring that all together and create your reality from there. And when you do that, you will be able to, everything will be a blessing. You'll look at things and you're like, that's my creation, that's my energy that I'm putting out there and interacting with it, just so that I can have the human experience. So, yes, that's what we are trying to get to at the end of this, making people conscious, making them awake. There is no enemy unless you create the enemy. There is
Yeah,
no bad unless you create the bad. There is only you.
yeah. It even goes into this idea that Neville Goddard had, where you even mentioned like you're like, you mean to tell me, because Neville believes that we're all gods, and then I also believe that too. I I try not to separate it, but I on a subconscious level I wrestle with it, because the hardest thing for like a person to believe is that they are the most powerful thing in their universe. But we truly are. We are God. We are connected to God. We can't there's no way we could ever be separated from God, or
Mm,
our higher power. You know what I
mhm,
mean?
mhm,
And then you were like, you mean to tell me you're the most powerful person in the world, the one creating this whole experience, can it giving your power, because we've been trained
mm.
to all to all these things. You cannot reverse this. And I was like, Michelle, you're right. You can reverse it.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's awareness, and it's being consciously aware at all times who you are. If you are one with God and God is one with you, surely you have the power to create your reality the way that you want to. You're not a victim. You are so powerful. You're abundant. You are whole. And all we are doing, my theory or my thought is, we just came to Earth just to experience what it would feel like to be human. And I guess we are just making this game up as we go along. And the nice thing is when you can realize within the game and not be so lost in the game that you forget it is a game, is to become conscious. This is a game, and I can create it the way that I want to. I don't, there doesn't have to be rules. Why limit yourself? You can be unlimited.
Yeah. Uh, Michelle, what do you think about like the people that um like firewalkers, you know what I mean? They're kind of like doing this concept, but like in an extreme way, in their own way, right?
I have
Like
no idea what fire rockets
you
are.
know where like people like walk across like fire
Oh,
poles and they
fire,
go like
fire walkers.
unblistered.
Yes, 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 yes. It's mind over matter. The matter doesn't have power over you. Your mind has the power over everything because if you keep reminding yourself everything out there is a reflection of you, there is only one energy, there is no duality, there is only that oneness. And if you constantly do that and keep reminding you to do that, then you will have power over everything. So, yes, these people, it's maybe just one form of doing it. But when they bring that same control, the same awareness, the same consciousness to every other part of their life, their eating, their business, their finances, their health, and all these things, and they can conquer them because they are in control. Everything out you doesn't tell you what or who you are or how you should feel. You decide how you want to feel. You decide how you want to interact with life and go into life with that consciousness and that confidence. I mean, if you eat a slice of pizza and you're unsure and you're like, I really want to enjoy you, but you know, so many people has told me that it's bad, and I've read in so many articles and so many tests have been done and it's bad, and the outer world tells me that it's not good for me. And if you keep on going to do that, that is where that inner struggle comes
Yeah.
from. When you want to believe something, but you kind of give the power to something else and it tells you how you should think and feel and believe. It's bringing those together. They're friends. There is no enemy. There is no struggle. Unless you want to struggle, unless that's the experience that you want, there's no struggle. There is only you, only that pure love energy, only God.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this has been a great conversation. I think we might get cut off soon. Um Michelle, I'm gonna post your link below the this video where where my audience can contact you for um for readings.
Mhm.
And please stop by tulpasummoning.com and check out the more pizza you eat, the more pizza and burgers you eat, the more lean and healthy you become. And have fun, guys.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
that's all that
eat
it's about.
responsibly.
Mm.
Please don't go nuts. But this interview and this whole podcast, I want to give you guys something to think about. And most of all, I want you guys to love yourself and, you know, take back your power. All right. Michelle, you got anything to say before we go, real quick?
I just want to say this is all that it's about. Have fun. You're here to
Yeah.
have an experience. Make it a fun experience. Enjoy discovering how powerful you really are.
All right. That
Mhm.
concludes our episode. Um, thank you very much, Michelle. This has been a blast.
Mm. You're welcome.
And I'll see you later, guys. Stop this episode.